Hello students, so we are studying our third lesson. Okay, so the name of our lesson is diversity in living things and their classification. That is the title of lesson, third lesson. So diversity means variety. Okay, so there is a great variety of living things, plant and animals on the earth. Okay, so there are almost 87 million types of plants and animals exist on the earth. Okay, so diversity means variety. Okay, so that we have to study, and we have to study their classification also. Okay, so it is very essential as there are number of plants and animals on the earth, so to identify them, to remember them, and to study them, we have to classify them. Classify means we have to arrange them systematically. For example, in a library, so many types of books are there. So you might have seen these books are arranged or classified systematically. Okay, so that easily we can get any book which we require. Okay, so that's why classification is there. So scientists have classified all these plants and animals. Okay, so let us see. So what is the meaning of diversity? Variety. Okay, diversity means. Then can you recall in which spheres of earth do living thing exist? So in biosphere, bio means always, bio means organisms, living beings. Okay, so in biosphere these organisms, living things exist. Then the geographical conditions at different places on earth are very different. So as we know that geographical conditions are different at different places. For example, in hilly areas different conditions are there. In the plain area conditions are different. In desert area the conditions are different. Okay, then we find that living thing exists on all these diverse conditions. So if you go to polar region, okay, in Arctic region, Antarctica and Arctic region, there also you can find some plant and animals. In deserts of Rajasthan also you can find some type of plant and animals. In Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh, there also different types of plant and animals live. So in this way plants and animals or living beings are present in diverse means in different conditions. When we live in a certain place, we adjust to the conditions there. So when plant and animals live in the desert, they will adjust to that surrounding. When they live in snowy areas like Jammu Kashmir, so they will adjust to that condition. Okay, then various types of living things have survived because of their ability to adjust themselves to conditions in their surroundings. So plants and animals or living beings have a capacity to adjust to the surrounding condition. Okay, so nature has given power to all living beings that they can adjust to their surrounding. For example, camel can live easily in the desert because it has a some characteristics in its body so that it can live in the desert area. Okay, so likewise penguin can live in the Arctic or Antarctic region, so it has some characteristics, so due to which it can live in that snowy region. So like this, plants as well as animals have a ability to adjust to their surrounding. Okay, then can you tell, are the plant and animals that have seen all alike? So you can see various types of plants or animals are there in our surrounding also. So they are not alike means same. So all these plant and animals are not alike or same, they are different. Okay, so let us see diversity in plants. So first of all we have to study diversity means variety. Different plants are there, so we have to study these different types of plants. Okay, so let us see. Various types of plants are found in many places around us. So you must have seen in our surrounding also many types of plants are there. For example, turmeric is there, ashoka plant is there, grass is there, roses. So many types of plants are there around our house and around our school. Some plant like grass are short while others are tall and have a canopy. So there are small plant like grass, you must have seen on the ground, and there are some plants which are very big, tall, and they have a canopy. Canopy means the branches and leaves of the plants in your surrounding, in their surrounding, make a canopy. Okay, then some plants grow underwater. So for a plant like lotus live under the water, while some other float on water. So there are some plants like lotus which can float on the water. We find that some plants grow even in a desert. So plant like cactus, it can grow in the desert where there is a very less amount of water. Okay, moreover we find that there is a lot of variety in same type of plant. Okay, for example you can say there are many types of cactus plants are there, then there are many types of rose plant are there, then there are many types of mango, you must have eaten mangoes. So variety of mangoes are there. Okay, hibiscus, many types of hibiscus are there. So in a single type of plant there are so many varieties. Then for example there are different varieties of rice or wheat. So in case of rice there is a Indrayani rice, then there Jaya, so many types of rice are there. Then in case of wheat also, so many types of wheat plant are there or wheat varieties are there. Then different types of roses, mangoes of different flavors, like there is Alfonso mango in a Hapusamba, then there is a Pyri. Okay, so likewise so many flavors or varieties of mangoes are there. Then some plants grow even without stem, leaves or roots. So there are some plants which grow, they don't have stem, leaves or root. They are very different from ordinary plants. So in higher standard you will study about these plants. Okay, then let us study this diversity, that is variety of plant. Plants make, so here a picture is shown. Okay, a beautiful small pond is there. I think this is a farm is there, water, a small pond is there, and variety of plants have grown here. Okay, plants make their own food in sunlight. So in last lesson we have studied photosynthesis is the process by which plant make the food. And what they use for making food? They use sunlight, carbon dioxide gas and water for making food, and that process is called as photosynthesis. Such plants are called as the autotrophic plant. Auto means always self, auto rickshaw, automobile. Auto means self. Okay, so autotrophic means they can make their own food. Okay, then for example hibiscus, pomegranate, periwinkle, etc. So all these plants have green leaves. So in green leaves there is a substance called as chloroplast. Okay, so by in that chloroplast this food is prepared by plants by the process of photosynthesis. Some plant like funguses, Loranthus, dodder use other plants for food and are said to be heterotrophs. So these plants do not have chloroplast because so they are not green in color, and they get their food from other plant. Okay, so funguses, that fungi, black or white color fungi grow on stale bread or bhakri. Then Loranthus is one of the plant which grow on mango tree. Then dodder is there, yellow wire like plant is there which grow on other plants, and they get their food because they are not able to make their food. Such plants are called as the heterotrophic. Okay, trophic means nutrition, to get the food. So they are not making their own food, so they are getting their food from other plants. Such plants are called as the heterotrophic plant. And what are the examples? Loranthus, dodder, and then Loranthus, dodder, and what I have told, these are the heterotrophic plant. Okay, and fungus. Then plants like pitcher plant have even consume insect. So some plants grow when they do not get nitrogen from the soil. So this plant, to get nitrogen, they eat insect. Such plants are called as the insectivorous plant. Okay. So example is pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. So many examples are there. So here they have shown the diagram also. Okay. So they have a certain mechanism, and with the help of that mechanism, these plants catch insect, attract insect, catch insect, eat the insect and digest insect, and they get their nutrition. So such plants are called as the insectivorous. So here some pictures are shown. Here it is a periwinkle plant. In Marathi we called it as a sadapuli. Then here yellow wire like plant is there, which is called as kaskuta, which is a heterotrophic. Because it is yellow in color, it do not have chloroplast, so it does not make food. Then here insectivorous plant. Okay. So likewise pictures are shown in your textbook. Then the structure of plant. So in this lesson we will study structure. Okay. So here diagram is shown. In diagram the parts of plants are shown along with their function. So in the exam there will be a 5 marks question. Okay. So let us see which are the parts. The first part is the flower. So all of we know that flower is a very important organ of the or part of the plant, and it is very attractive and colorful. Okay. So let us see what is given in your textbook. This is the most attractive part of the plant. It is connected to stem by stalk, which may be long or short. So there is a small stalk by which this flower is connected to stem. A flower have a typical color and shape. So all of you know that flowers are colorful and they also have a typical shape. The flower is important mean of reproduction. So new plants are produced by this flower. From flower fruit will be there. Inside the fruit seeds are there, and then from seeds new plant will grow. Okay. So in the exam there will be question, dash is the part of plant which is helpful for reproduction. So answer will be flower. Okay. Then the leaf. So all of you know that the green part of the plant is nothing but leaf, and leaf has a chloroplast. Okay. That's why it is become green in color. So let us see. The leaf is flat. It plays an important role in the production of food. So as I have told, it carry out photosynthesis and make food. Okay. So that is the function of leaf. And then there are two types of leaf. When there is a single leaf, it is called as simple leaf. Example, hibiscus. So all of you know that simple leaf. And compound leaf means small leaflets are there. Okay. That is compound leaf. For example, rose. Okay. Or moringa. So many examples are there, compound leaf. Okay. So that is about the leaf. Then stem. The height, shape and size of the plant depend upon the stem. The stem carries out the function of production, conduction and storage of food. So what is the function of stem? The roots will take water and minerals from the soil, and these water and minerals are carried by stem to the leaves, and in the leaves food will prepare, and then again that food will taken by the stem and distributed to all part of the plant. And it also gives support. Without stem, plant cannot stand in the erect. Okay. So what are the functions of stem? First one is to distribute. What is the function of stem? To distribute what is the function of plant? What is the function of stem? Production, conduction and storage of food, and it also gives support to the plant. Okay. Then fruit. Fruits have different shape. Fruits contain one or more seed. the pods of beans and peas are actually fruits. So pod means in Marathi we called it as a shenga. So you must have seen pea pods. Okay, matarcha shenga. Pea means matar in Marathi, and beans are there means ghevda like. Okay, French bean, you know that. So beans and peas pods are there, and these are nothing but the actually fruits, and inside the fruits there are seeds, and from seeds new plant will grow. Then the last part of the plant is root. The roots hold the soil firmly and anchor the plant. So main function of the root is they take the water and minerals from the soil, and it gives it to the stem, and stem gives it to leaves, and then from that food is synthesized. Okay, and the another function of root is to hold the soil tightly so that plant can stand. Understood? So two functions are carried out by root. First one, absorption of water and minerals from soil, and second one, to give support. Okay, so these are the two functions of the root. So in this way you have to write. So in the exam there will be a 5 marks question. Draw a label diagram showing structure of plant or parts of plant and describe their function. So how we will write the function? For example, first part if you write flower. So what is the function of flower? The flowers are attractive, they are colorful, and their function is reproduction. Okay, then second part will be leaf carry out photosynthesis and make food. Understood? What is the function of leaf? Carry out photosynthesis and make food. Third part, stem gives support to plant, and they also produce, conduct and store the food. Then fourth part, fruits contain seed, and from seeds new plant will grow. And then last one, root. So two functions are there. Root will absorb